Yeah, it'd be awesome.
Actually, I've got some yeast right here. I'm getting ready to
Okay.
harvest now. Yeah,
Okay. Awesome.
well, I thought I did, but I'll just drink this out. So here's some yeast that I got left over right here from a breed. What I'll do is I'll dump this whole, I'll sit it in the fridge for a while, then I'll dump this layer, off the top and
Hmm.
have a really, 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 really thick yeast slurry. And then, I'll make up my glycerin mixture and, I've got a handwritten right here, but I'll make up my glycerin mixture and, I use 70% distilled water to 30% glycerin, which works out to 140 mils of distilled water to 60 mils of glycerin. And that ends up making two small jars. So what I'll do is I'll fill up I have 15 milliliter test tubes. I'll fill this up to use this to fill it up to about the 6 milliliter mark.
Okay.
And then I'll top the other 6 milliliters off with that glycerin mixture. And then, I cap it off and then I just freeze it in a gel line lunchbox. So
Okay, there you go. And so when you get ready to use it, you probably would take it out the previous day, let it defrost, and build yourself a little starter. And
no, it's
no,
about for
okay.
me, it's about a 5 day process. I've actually got a string right now on the stern plate. It's WLPO 90. I'm actually
Hmm.
getting ready to do an average brew for Brewlosophy. So the brew club, we've got an average brew coming up. It's going to be tiny bottom pale ale, and the thing that we've got with that is we have to change one thing. Well, I've never brewed it, so I'm just going to change the name. That's going to be my one thing. But what I do is so I take my 15 milliliter test tube and I work in variables of tens. And by that, I mean with my 15 mil test tube, I'll toss it into 150 mils of wort. And I'll use like 10, 20, just something to wake it up. I'll put it on the stir plate, give it about 3 days on that.
Okay.
And then I'll dump that, everything into about 1.3 liters of 1020 wort and let that stir up for about 2 days. And I'll do 2 liters of 1040 wort. So when I say 2 liters, I'm really maybe boiling 500 mils, if it's a very
Hmm.
concentrated wort, and then dump that into my flask. And that usually takes about a day, day and a half. And then I just cold crash it, and then I just treat it like any other starter. And as a matter of fact, it works better than any starter I've got from the store. And every time I veer away from that three-step process, my beers get weird. So, the yeast is
Hmm.
always stressed. Like I've
Okay.
heard
Yeah.
people
Yeah.
say, they can just dump that test tube, straight in the starter and start that. And now I've done that and got nothing but phenols and solvents and everything else. So, if I don't stick to my multi-step process, it's usually not good beer. So
No. No. Yeah. You got a process. Stick
yeah.
to it for sure.